Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of The Wind Waker. In the last episode, we stowed away with some pirates, and then got launched deep into the Forsaken Fortress, but unfortunately, we forgot our sword. Well, we didn't forget it, we just lost it. So now we need to do some stealth, and you know what the stealthiest thing we can do is? Green, be barrel man! So, if we're walking as a barrel, that attracts suspicion, but if we stay perfectly still, we can't be seen. So you just have to freeze the moment a searchlight comes near you. One's not coming up here, and make your way up. Ooh! Woo! Hate stealth. I suck at it. As you may notice, hopefully you won't notice it, but you never know. Anyway, now we're up here, we're out of the range of those main searchlights. But we need to do something about the searchlights, that's what we need to do. So if we come up here, you'll see this winding path leads to a ladder, which leads up to the searchlight. Do you reckon there's some way we can disable it? Let's find out. Up the ladder we go. Oh, and Tetra's trying to speak to us. How convenient. Listen up, Doctor. There's a monster running the searchlight up there. If you can slay the monster, then just maybe it'll shut the searchlight down. Oh, but you're unarmed, aren't you? All you have is a shield. If I were you, I'd try and use my shield to deflect the monster's blows and see if I can make it drop its weapon. If you did, then you could pick up its weapon with A. But that's just me. What'll you do? And yes, so Tetra described pretty much the only tactic useful here. But there is a second one, which what I'm going to do. So if we sneak around the side here, you will see there's a bokoblin running the searchlights. And there's a tub here, jar, full of club sticks. So if we come up to the bokoblin, it spots us, and instantly the searchlight stops. If we walk away, then it would start running the searchlight again. But so basically we need to kill it. So hey, let's throw a pot at it. That also gives us some weapons. So oh, apparently B throws the club stick. I thought it just hit with it. That's weird that it's A to hit. That's very confusing. Anyway, that's the bokoblin down. They don't last long. And it's going to drop what I wanted it to drop, which is good. The original ones never did this. But anyway, this is important. You got a joy pendant. You can keep it in your spoils bag. These pendants are said to flock to those who spread not joy, like butterflies to nectar-filled blossoms. And it says flock to those who spread nectar, like bees! Anyway, that is this searchlight disabled. So that is pretty good. Now what we need to do is basically head back down here and attempt to disarm the other ones. There's only one searchlight running in the courtyard now, so we can move around them up more freely around there, but that's not really a problem. The main reason we're doing it is there's that one up there, which is moving over that section that, as you can see, we need to kind of sidle along. That bit is nearly impossible with the searchlights active, so what we need to do now, I believe, is come over into this section. Because there's a little something we can do in here. Now through here is something quite useful. It's not the way we want to go yet, but if you look here, there's a chest. And it does this animation, which means it must be something important inside. Yes, indeed, it is. The compass, which tells us where things are hidden in the dungeon. Well, it tells me that, because apparently it's on the gamepad and you can't see it. So, what we do know, though, is we need to come over this way, because I can see a treasure chest on the gamepad, which you can't. So if we sneak back over here, towards the searchlight we just disarmed, though actually we're underneath one of the other searchlights, there's 3 in total, well 3 sets of 2. If we come over here, you'll see there's another chest. So if we hop over to it, this chest contains, being that the last one had the compass, can you take a wild guess at what might be in this chest? Anyone who knows Zelda should know, this is the dungeon map. We can view it by tapping the map screen on the Wii U gamepad to see rooms we haven't been to yet. That's useful. Right, now if we hop down here, there are a lot of rats. But as you may be able to see, there's something that looks interesting, like a chest in that jail cell. So if we move some of these barrels out of the way, get away barrel, and get away barrel, then when we press on the switch, the door opens. And then if we go in here, oh, it's a fancy looking chest, isn't it? So this contains something much more interesting. This contains our very first piece of heart. Collect 4 of these to complete a new heart container. More heart containers equals more life. I'll be getting many of those throughout the game, and you'll see that little visualizer every time I do. Now, we're essentially in the wrong... Ow, my god, rat! Good god, that was terrifying. Right, these are guard hogs. They're also known as moblins. But I think of them as guard hogs. If they get too near you, they spot you, set you on fire, and then promptly arrest you. Honestly, this is the easiest way to proceed from here. Because because basically I know the way from here and I don't know it from outside. So it's actually easy to get locked up, and then I get to show you what happens when you're in prison as well. Because the way out is you hop up onto here, and then, haha, that jug was concealing a secret entrance, which we then crawl through. Whoop, 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 whoop. And take right. Whoop, 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 whoop. Then we can get through here. Get a very close-up of Link's ass while he's doing this. It's very strange. But now we happily plop out on the outside. Now we can proceed through the dungeon. This is where we count the dungeon map. So if we take a jump along here, as you can see why they showed you this whole swingy thing first. Now we want to go this way. This wasn't the way we approached from last time. And this leads you to somewhere interesting. There's a little viewpoint out here. Oh, there's not a viewpoint. This isn't where I thought it was. This is actually where I wanted to be. It wasn't where I thought it was. That's good. That is good. Good to know. Because if we climb up here, we will find ourselves by the second searchlight, where the Bokoblin running it. So let's do with this one what Tetris suggested of the first one. We hold up our shield, wait for it to attack, and then, when it does... Man, this is a very passive Bokoblin, isn't it? Come on, man! There we go. Sometimes... There you go. Sometimes its attack is hard enough to cause it to drop its club stick. And now it's completely disarmed. So, oh, we're just trying to go to... Is it 8? Yeah, it's 8 is when. Oh, this feels kind of cruel that we're just beating it up. Oh no, I've dropped the club stick as well. He'd done the same tactic on me. There we go. See, it's not so bad when it's a sword, when you're like slicing them up repeatedly. But there, when you just go ka-thunk, ka-thunk, and just kind of slowly bludgeoning them with a blunt instrument, it's kind of cruel. Now, if we hop down there, that'd take us back to where the first searchlight was, but we actually need to get to the third searchlight. So if we hop down here, then we end up, basically, if we take a look to the side there, it gives us a little viewpoint of the whole Forsaken Fortress. We've actually deactivated the only searchlights we technically needed to, but I tried to do a roll there, it didn't work. We've deactivated the only two we actually need to, but we'll do the third one, just for completion's sake, I suppose. If we hop across here, you generally want to stay on the upper levels, because there's no guards up here. There are a lot of guards on the lower level, and moblins are a bugger to sneak past. You can do the same barrel trick with them, but there's no need to do it. Should give us another little viewpoint here. Look at that. And if we come out to the side here, another viewpoint. The Forsaken Fortress has got quite a confusing layout, so it's kind of trying to guide us through there by kind of showing us the most obvious way. Now we can't go up that ladder yet because it's missing a chunk out the bottom, but we can go up this ladder, which will take us up to the third and final searchlight. And once again, it's Bokoblin running it. Hello, sir. I'm going to go here and get the jar of club sticks. That way seemed to work better, because the last one was very intent on not attacking me. Hey, Bokoblin, how you doing, son? Kaplang! Oh, pfft. Missed it. Didn't even notice. Ow, no! Okay, this isn't going well. I didn't mean to throw that at him. It's annoying you can't pick up a club stick while you're L targeting. Well, ZL targeting, I suppose it is now, but you can't pick up a club stick while you're doing that, which is slightly problematic. Oh, he just dropped. Oh, it's just a green rupee. I thought it was another joy pendant. Joy pendant are one of those things you want to gather whenever you're given the chance, because they are incredibly useful. Oh no, I nearly jumped off the side there. They're very useful later on, but you need about 40 of them to get something useful, so the earlier you start gathering them, the better. Now, if we proceed along this way, as I say, we've disarmed all the searchlights, so outside isn't so much of a problem. And there's no moblins on the upper levels here, until we go through here. Actually, no, it's not through here, it's the next one. I kind of forget. I'm used to having a map in the bottom right. Of course, my map is down at the gamepad now, but I'm not looking down at that much. Because otherwise you won't be able to hear me so much, because obviously I have to talk into the microphone, not down at my shoes. Now, more moblins. But that door is where we need to get to, because that's the door underneath the main tower. So, let's take a barrel, sneak past some moblins. This bit's... If you approach from that, you can approach from either the left or the right here. Approaching from this side is much easier, because you essentially only have to sneak past this one. There are rats here, and these rats, if they hit you, will knock the barrel off your head, and it's an absolute bastard. But we should just be able to sneak behind. Rat, don't do it. Don't you do it, rat. Thank you. We're good. I think we're safe. And pretty much once you're on these stairs, you're in the clear. So you take the barrel off, go through the door. You do all that stealth, and then the door makes the creakiest, louding sound ever. But that gives us another little review. Up to that is where our sword fell. So we're nearly there now. Actually, there's only one more stealthy bit to go, which is pretty straightforward. I used to really struggle with this bit when I was younger, but Now I've realised it's actually pretty straightforward, as long as, like, the only time I get captured is just that once, because I meant to, just because I wanted to show it off and it was easier. You just have to remember with moblins, stop when you think they're remotely near you. Generally, like, they can't see much further beyond the radius that their torch throws out, but really, when you're this high up, best not to take any chances, just because you will get thrown back in the jail cell and you will have to stealth all the way back up here, and it's a bugger. Oh, look at that. Their eyes are properly, like, evilly glowing on them. That's really sinister. That's the main thing that it seems like they've updated on this on the HD version. Not even... like, obviously, they have redone all the textures, and I can see that, but one of the really big things that makes it look so much better is the lighting looks really good. Right, now this time we have to... he kind of works in an L shape there. And kind of goes to the right here, at which point we sneak off to the left. When he stopped being suspicious, there we go. And we're pretty much in the clear once we're up here. But I'm going to keep the barrel on my head just in case. You generally get a fair bit of warning if they get really suspicious and see you moving, like the camera zooms in on them and you and goes ba-ba-da-bum really loudly. And at that point, if you stop moving, you're generally fine. Sometimes you're not. It kind of depends on, I suppose, the suspicion of the individual moblin. But now this bit... well, oh no, that's not what we have to do. What we can do, though, is come down here. Just in case something goes badly wrong, we push this block down. Which will allow us to come back up here later. That's what I was saying about that ladder not being complete yet. Now it is complete, which essentially now means we don't have to do any more stealth, because even if you're caught in the jail cell, you can just come straight back up here and skip out all that crap at the bottom of the tower, which is awesome. And now what you have to do is, if you walk against the wall and hold A, you go into sidle mode. Link does a hilarious facial expression and starts inching his way across the wall. And you slowly work your way across. This one normally is relatively straightforward, but this next one normally would have one or two, sometimes, searchlights going across it. And so the hearts, I think, represent where the kind of dark zones of the searchlights are, so you kind of have to move between them, but it's very, very difficult to do. And of course, if you get caught, you're all the way back to the bottom, and even with that little shortcut, it's a fair walk back up here. So you can see the seagulls above us, which tells us we're near Aryll's room. And in fact, we're basically there. Because if you look over there, it's a sword! And Link is happy because of this. Spikes! And that's woken up the Bokoblin. Now we hear the cool mini-boss music and get our sword back. Now we're in business, take care not to drop it again. So we get our first, I guess you call it, as a mini-boss. Because this guy's got a shield and a sword, which is way more armed than any of the other Bokoblins we've fought so far. You know what, let's actually kill him with a sword, that's nice and ironic. Whey! So that kills him, and unlocks the door. There we go. So, ooh, what did he drop? Ooh, just a green rupee. Oh well. So we can't go back because of the spikes, obviously, so might as well go ahead and save our sister! Oh shit would be appropriate here. Nope, Link never stood a chance. One thing I noticed there that I've not seen before, you can see there's like a mark on the underside of the Helmaroc King, that's what I think it's called the Helmaroc King. You can see a mark on the underside of its chin, where it was hit by the cannonball over Outset Island, which is pretty cool. Anyway, now shit gets really sinister. Not good. Very, very, very not good. So Link has been cast to sea. Fortunately, he's quite floaty, but either way, he ain't gonna last long out there. But we're saved by someone in a mysterious red boat. Hey. Doctor? Doctor. Wake up, Doctor. Pull yourself together, Doctor. Who said that? Link's a silent protagonist, so I'm going to do the speaking for him. There's no one here in the boat, though. Who saved us? Well, have you come to your senses yet? You are surprisingly dull-witted. Did I startle you? I suppose it is only natural. As wide as the world is, I am the only boat upon it who can speak the words of men. I am the King of Red Lions. Do not fear, I am not your enemy. Doctor, I have been watching you since you went to the Forsaken Fortress to rescue your sister. I understand how your desire to protect your sister could give you the courage to fearlessly stand up to anything, but such a bold attempt was foolhardy. I suppose you saw him, the shadow that commands that monstrous bird. His name is Ganon. He who obtained the power of the gods and attempted to cover the land in darkness and was ultimately sealed away by the very power he hoped to command. He is the very same Ganon, the Emperor of the Dark Realm, the ancient realms speak of, the ancient legends speak of. I do not know why the Seal of the Goddesses has failed, but now that Ganon has returned, the world is once again being threatened by his evil magic. Tell me, Doctor, do you wish to save your sister from him? And will you do anything to save her? I see. In that case, I shall guide you as we go forward, advising you on what you should do and where you must go. Ganon cannot be defeated by human hands, let alone by what little strength you possess. The key to defeating Ganon is locked away in a great power that you will only wield after so much toil and hardship. Do you understand? In that case, we depart to the Great Sea. But I am getting ahead of myself. This is actually a bit embarrassing for me to admit, but although I am a boat that possesses the power of speech, I possess no sail. And a boat with no sail can sail no seas. I have brought you far to the east of the dark gaze of the Forsaken Fortress. On this island is a town of merchants who deal in a variety of goods. If you search hard enough, surely you can find one who will send you a sail. I am sorry to ask this of you, but without a sail, I will be useless to you. The island of merchants is home to many valuable goods. The information they provide you may come in handy during your endeavors at sea, so listen carefully to their words and heed them well. But remember, there is no time to play. Come back here immediately as soon as your errands are done. So, we've met the King of Red Lions, our equivalent of Fee or Navi or Midna or whoever for this game, and he's a talking boat, which is awesome. And he has brought us, as you will see, to Windfall Islands. This is one of the biggest islands in the game, big kind of city hub place, and there's a hell of a lot we can do here, even before we find the sail, which he's talking about. But alas, we've come to the end of another episode, my fellows, so whatever exploration of Windfall I want to do will have to wait until the next episode. So thank you very much for watching this episode of The Wind Waker. I have been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been The Wind Waker. Hope you'll join me next time for more. Good day.